Hey everybody, Jittery-Jay here. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Uh, Up today we have Gary Delaney, 30 minutes of the best one-liners. This is his Mock the Week collection from the Wheel of News, I think it's called. Yeah, this is all 18 Wheel of News sets. So this is going to be a long video. So I'm going to try not to cut in too much, but I have to some just because of copyrights. Before we get started, hey, I'm still subscribed to Gary. We're going to hit Gary with a like and subscribe on the original video, and then we're going to come back here and hit the like and subscribe on this video, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see me react to, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. Make sure you tap the notification bell so you know when I upload more content, and then let's get into this.
And it's relationships.
Right, relationships. It's good to be here. Last time I was here, a girl asked me for sex. I had to disappoint her. We had sex. But I'm trying to learn to be a more sensitive lover. I got a DVD, How to Improve Your Foreplay Technique. It was really good. I had to fast forward through the boring bit at the beginning. Last night I had beef stew with dumplings. I shouldn't call her that, but she's a big girl.
That's just wrong. I was trying to turn the captions off, but apparently they're embedded. So, yeah, can't do that. Anyway, I gotta back that up a minute. That was messed up.
I shouldn't call her that, but she's a big girl. I went to see the stalactites at Cheddar Gorge, and our guide asked us not to try and crack one off, and she wasn't even that attractive. I still managed. It was very dark. This morning I went to a meeting of my premature ejaculators support group, but it turns out it's tomorrow.
I think I heard that one before. I think I heard that one on his the 90 minutes of one-liners that he did. That second special. That one was long.
But it turns out it's tomorrow.
We heard a few of those. I'm sure we've heard. Stop trying to talk over the applause, doofus. I'm sure we've heard a few of these on that one. I know I've heard that one, that particular one. But
I think a few of the men started clapping before the end of that joke, by the way. My girlfriend's dog died. So to cheer her up, I got her an identical one. She was livid. What am I going to do with two dead dogs? A friend of mine had a penis extension. Now his house looks really stupid.
Very good. And the topic is family.
okay.
Family. Old lady names are very much back in fashion at the minute, like Lily or Elsie or Rose, and
right.
We wanted something like that for our daughter, but we couldn't decide, so in the end we just called her Nan. I told her she'll grow into it. I remember one time my uncle asked me to spell Schadenfreude and I couldn't, but he's dead now and I'm not, so I win.
That's just messed up. That is so wrong.
My cousin always introduces himself as Stephen with a PH, and that's because he's slightly acidic.
Okay.
My married friends would always tell me there's someone out there for everyone, and I'd think, wow, she must be a right slag. Knock, knock, who's there? Grandad, shit, stop the funeral. Grandad asked me how to print on his new computer. I said, just Control P. He said, I haven't been able to do that for years.
I saw that one coming.
My confirmed bachelor uncle always describes himself as asexual, but I'd also add B, gay.
Greg's
As a child,
losing
I was
it.
always told that if I touched myself down there, God was watching. But it turned out it was just Uncle Peter. Thank you.
Okay. I'm getting that this is like a panel show, similar to the 8 out of 10 cats and what's the other? Oh my gosh, Would I Lie to You? But not sure why it's called Mock the Week. It looks like they're just doing different like categories.
Thank you.
There's a wheel of news, but
The topic is celebrity.
Celebrity. They've started a celebrity magazine for the elderly. It's called Hello, Hello, Hello. Uri Geller, surprisingly hard to stab. Malcolm X chose that name rather than admit he'd accidentally put a kiss at the end of a text message.
that's messed up.
I went to see Walt Disney on Ice. Bit disappointing. It's just an old bloke in a freezer. The new president of France said this week that English speakers were arrogant in their refusal to learn foreign languages. At least I think that's what he said. But it all just sounded like haw-hee-haw, haw-hee-haw. And remember, that's not racist if it's about the French. I'd have £5 on the Dalai Lama if I was a Tibetan man.
Who's quick with these?
When they buried the man who invented Tetris, the whole cemetery disappeared. As well as 7 years in prison here, Abu Hamza could be deported to the United States where he could face the electric chair. But on the plus side, if he is electrocuted, at least he can just stick his hook in the air and pretend to be a bumper car.
Well done, David.
This is wrong.
Relationships.
Sorry. That does actually look like me and my girlfriend. Apparently, in Norfolk, the marriage guidance service is called Related. My girlfriend says I'm not very romantic. The other day we were kissing on the sofa. She said, how about we take this into the bedroom? I said, OK, you get the other end. When she suggested we try playing doctors and nurses, I was really hoping for something sexier than being left in a corridor for 2 days. My girlfriend and I are trying for a baby. Her mom's agreed to help out, just till I get hard. She's going to see that on telly as well.
That's messed up. Oh boy. Just cheer. I tell you what. That is wrong. She's gonna see this. Yeah. He'll get in trouble.
She's going to see that on telly as well. That's terrible. They always say you'll find the love of your life when you're not really looking, which was true, but by then I'd run her over.
Oh no.
I've been trying to persuade my girlfriend to sexually stimulate me with her keyring, but she just keeps fobbing me off. So. When I heard you could now be a sperm donor by post, I came in a jiffy. I went to a swingers club. The doorman goes, it's £15 to get in, or you can pay £20. That includes a meal. I paid £20. I went in. This oiled, naked guy comes up to me and goes, hello, my name's Emil. I once had a one-night stand and I didn't get an erection. That isn't cool. Luckily, the woman I was with was really understanding, and she just said, don't worry, that used to happen to me. Thank you.
Well done. And the topic is education.
One time at school, I lost my thesaurus. I couldn't find the words to describe how upset I was.
Okay.
remember sitting in psychology class, learning about Pavlov, thinking, no stupid dogs. And then the bell went and we all had lunch. I'm sitting at home...
Yeah. Nice comparison. For those that don't know, Pavlov had trained his dogs to salivate every time they heard a bell ringing because they thought it was time for food. To the point where they would salivate even when they had just eaten. So I get what he's talking about. And then the bell rang and they all went to lunch because it was time for food.
Dogs. And then the bell went and we all had lunch. I'm sitting at home, this guy knocks on my door. Have you ever considered an alternative energy supplier? I'm like, no, I'm quite happy with food. It's got to be a tough job going around door to door encouraging people to photosynthesize. I can give you the leading cause of anaphylactic shock in a nutshell. I've got the memory of an elephant. I remember one time I went to the zoo and saw an elephant. My nan recently claimed that she once gave a hand job to Albert Einstein. What a stroke of genius.
Get it? Stroke of genius?
Technically, shoplifting from the Apple store only counts as scrumping. Sex education lessons at our school were pretty weird. The teacher made us shout out rude words to get out of our system, like bum, willy, cocks, and we had to carry on doing that until he came.
Oh. That's just wrong.
Topic is childhood.
As a child, I was made to walk the plank. We couldn't afford a dog. My 6-year-old refuses to eat anything other than alphabetti spaghetti. Luckily, he's dyslexic, so I just buy him normal spaghetti. Seems to work. Dad, these are all L's. Yeah, it's Welsh. I bought him some medicine for his ADHD. On the side of the bottle, it said concentrate. I thought, if he could do that... I bought a really nice 12-year-old scotch. Obviously, his parents weren't pleased. I hate people who complain about breastfeeding in public. I don't want to see it, or that's disgusting, or you can't do that, you're not a woman.
I think I heard that one on the other one, too.
And that's not a baby.
Yeah.
As kids, we always enjoyed dipping ginger nuts into a steaming hot cup of tea. But, of course, nowadays, that's called bullying. I shouldn't do that, by the way. Ginger jokes are the last vestiges of racism in comedy, and they started a ginger pride movement to stamp that shit out. They had a march in Hyde Park. Well, they were going to when the sun came out. Nan always said that when she was young, she never had to worry about leaving her back door open. What a slag.
Oh.
I'm totally going to get in trouble with the family again. This is really not worth it. You got to look after your health as you get older. The other day I did a poo and noticed there was a little blood in it. I said, "Oi, bruv, get out my toilet, innit?" Thank you.
Well done, Gary Delaney. And so it is relationships.
Oh. These go by so fast. It's like my face is hurting. Oh, damn. He's so quick with these. It's like one right after the other, with no pause. Yeah, this is great. I'm gonna have to watch more from this show. Somebody's gonna have to let me know what to look for from this show here, and I'll check out some more.
Thank you.
Well done, Gary Delaney. And so it is relationships.
Get off me, Cord.
I used to suffer from premature ejaculation, which made me feel selfish and bad for my girlfriend. Then she suggested I try this special cream that reduces your sensitivity. And it really worked, because now I don't give a shit about her. bought a vegan friend of mine a fancy cookbook. Unfortunately, he said he couldn't accept it as it was leather-bound, which meant it was too heavy for him to lift. When I was a teenager, my mom always said, your bedroom's so messy, you'll never get any self-respecting girl to come back here. But luckily, they weren't the ones I was going after. I watched the director's cut of a porn film. At the end, he actually fixes the washing machine. I was in a sex shop. I saw a dildo described as 9 inches long and realistic. I thought, well, which is it? The Archbishop of Canterbury recently said he couldn't support gay marriage without first having a mandate. Honestly, if he's that bothered, I'll go out with him. One time at a party, I chucked my car keys into a big bowl, and everyone just stared at me, and the trifle was ruined. I was watching a really weird porno the other day that was just a fat man crying and wanking at the same time. And then I realised I hadn't turned the telly on.
Thank you very much, Jack. And the topic is shopping. Away you go.
I bought a slimming magazine in W.H. Smith's. I didn't read it, I just wanted a big bar of Galaxy for £1.
The
I bought
irony.
some fancy pens at a nudist art shop. Felt tips? No, but I touched a couple of bollocks. I was in a lingerie shop. I said, are these knickers satin? He said, no, they're new. I went to buy a Christmas tree. The guy said, you're going to put it up yourself? I said, no, I was thinking the living room. Bought a chameleon, lost it. Why is it that when women go to the toilet in pairs, no one minds, but when I did it, I got thrown out the greengrocers?
Get it? Oh, he went in the pairs.
I got into a fight with my acupuncturist and stabbed him. He said he'd never felt better. According to the vet, my cat's in heat. I didn't even know she was famous.
I get it. Because of the movie Heat.
A friend of mine keeps going on and on about how
Took
good
me a
his
second.
orthopaedic shoe is, but I think he's built it up too much. I bought an advent calendar for Jehovah's Witnesses, but on every door somebody tells you to fuck off. Thank you.
That sounds about right.
The topic is health.
The doctor told me to lose some weight. I said, how? He said, don't eat anything fatty. I said, what, pies, chips, that kind of thing? He said, no, just don't eat anything fatty.
I've heard that one too.
I was thrown out of Weight Watchers for making sarcastic comments during the weekly weigh-in. As you can imagine, I accepted the decision with huge grace, because they threw her out as well.
Oh, God.
Chair of Dyslexic Society was recently given an OBE. He said, what's the point? I can't play the bloody thing. I live next door to a family of anorexic agoraphobics. Yeah, but they've got a few skeletons in the closet.
That's
A friend of
wrong.
mine's been suffering from paranoid delusions, and now he thinks he's a chocolate orange. I worry he's going to be sectioned. Poor Terry.
Poor Terry. I thought that was a... I thought that was a type of mushroom, the portery. I might be off. I might be wrong. It just threw me off for a second.
Poor Terry. I thought PPI was just something you could get if you didn't wear goggles at the swimming baths. I bought an alcoholic ginger beer. He wasn't pleased. I once met a girl who confused a tube of KY jelly with super glue. I asked how it happened, but sadly her lips were sealed.
Oh, that's right. Oh, let's say
It's transport. Where you go, Gary?
I had a nightmare on the journey over here, and luckily that woke me up just before I ran over a small child. The other day I lost control at a roundabout, and then I went absolutely bonkers on the swings. I stopped in a lay-by, there was a sign saying no dumping. That was all right, I was just having a wee. I joined a breakdown service for Scousers. It's called the AA. Calm down, calm down. If they can't fix your car in an hour, they'll nick you a new one. The Paralympics taught us all that sometimes we should stop and put ourselves in the place of people with disabilities, and I have to say, those parking spaces are brilliant.
Oh, that's one of my pet
In the car
peeves.
on the way over.
That's one of my pet peeves is people parking in those places that don't actually need them. And it drives me nuts, especially when I'm circling the parking lots trying to find an empty spot close enough to where I don't have to walk a mile to get to the damn store. Dragging my cane out of the car and everything else. But yeah, that's one of my big pet peeves on that one.
In the car on the way over here, I kept hearing this annoying, whiny noise. So I pulled over, my girlfriend got out to have a look at the engine, and I drove off.
That's messed up.
The other night, I saw a couple weaving all over the street. I said, honestly, get a loom. I accidentally filled the Escort with diesel. She died.
The topic is nationalities. Where you go?
My next-door neighbour's really loud and obnoxious, so now I know how Canada feels.
Oh, that's
I
fucked
bought
up.
some lamb chops. On the packet it said reared in Wales. I thought that was just a racist stereotype. This morning I made a Belgian waffle. In the afternoon I made a Frenchman talk bollocks. In Scotland, the forbidden fruit is fruit. When England played Poland at Wembley, there was 30,000 Polish fans in the crowd. And I thought, well, fair play to them. If I'd built it, I'd want to have a look round as well.
Oh, that's messed up.
I like to annoy my Israeli flatmate by giving him any post that's just addressed to the occupier. I was at an Italian zoo with a Christian friend of mine, so I thought, when in Rome, and pushed him into the lions. Nan's going to that suicide clinic in Switzerland, but don't tell her, it's a surprise. My granddad was killed by a Zulu. He was having a shit at Whipsnade and the roof collapsed.
Well done, very good. Well, the topic is childhood.
I didn't know what to get my little niece for Christmas, so I asked my sister what she's into. And apparently, at the moment, she's mad about frozen stuff, so I got her some oven chips and peas. They love that. Every Christmas day, we'd always have pigs in blankets, or as you probably call them, relatives sleeping in the spare room. Winnie the Pooh, possibly the most vindictive chapter in Nelson Mandela's autobiography. It was only after I shot the fifth zombie that I started to wonder why they were all carrying bags of sweets and ringing my doorbell. I've been trying to recapture my lost youth. I really must get that cellar door fixed.
Oh, that's wrong.
One time when I was a kid, I bought a chocolate bar. On the inside of the wrapper, it said, "You're a loser." I wouldn't mind if there'd been some sort of competition on. To make things worse, it was a boost. As a family, we couldn't decide whether to have Nana buried or cremated, so in the end, we let her live.
Heard that one. There's a few of these I've heard on the other one.
Cousin's already started taking heroin. It's amazing, isn't it? They shoot up so fast these days.
Oh, that was just ate up. They shoot up so fast these days. Get it? They grow, but yeah, not gonna go there. I've heard there's been a few of these I've heard on the that I remember from his 90 minutes of one-liners. Not many, but then with my memory, there could be a lot more that I'm missing. But anyway, this is great.
Isn't it? They shoot up so fast these days.
Oh, God, there you go. Okay, the topic is health. Where you go?
I'm a lot sportier than I might look. In fact, I picked up a little niggle at the gym the other day. I mean, he pronounces it Nigel. I had a very stressful journey getting here today. All the way, this lorry driver was right up my arse. But it was nice of him to give me a lift.
Oh.
Now, I spent most of the afternoon hanging out at the swimming baths. And then somebody told me and I tucked it back in again. I put on a lot of weight recently, so I rang up Weight Watchers. I said, it's an emergency. Can you send somebody round? And they said, yes, we can. We got loads of those.
That's hate up.
My grief counsellor died recently, but luckily he was so good I didn't give a shit. I accidentally kicked the dog earlier and he bit me on the bollocks. My mate said it's karma. I said no. If anything, he's even more angry. I asked the vet, what can I do? I think my dog's racist. He keeps barking at the Asian man next door. And the vet said, muzzle him. I said, I don't know, but he's got a beard. I went round to see my nan. I said, what you been up to? She said, weed in the garden. I said, well, at least you didn't shit in it. I was in the garden with my girlfriend earlier, and we saw the 18-year-old girl next door, all dolled up, ready to go out clubbing. And my girlfriend said, do you know what? At that age, I could really see myself in her. Which was weird, because I was thinking the exact same.
Thank you very much. Okay, the topic is work.
I nearly lost my job as a roofer when I was caught masturbating on the first day. Yeah, luckily, my boss said I could wipe the slate clean. I used to work at Waterstones. One day, a guy came in asking if we had any audiobooks with subtitles. I thought, hang on, that's a book.
Right?
The circus near me held a competition to find the best contortionist, so I entered myself and won.
Not going there.
In my old job, I just used to punch buttons all day, and that's why I'm no longer allowed to work in panto. I've got two lawyers working for me at the minute. One's pro bono, and the other thinks he's a right pretentious twat. When my granddad was caught trying to stow away in the Merchant Navy, he offered to work his passage, which, as you can imagine, made him very popular. I hate people who phone me up just to complain about the weather, which is why I lost my job at Mountain Rescue.
Oh.
I was at a station the other day that had a piano on the platform, so I had a little tinkle on it, which saved me 30 pence. I went on a positive thinking course. It was shit.
Obviously, it didn't work.
I bought a Microsoft Advent calendar. If you open too many windows at once, they all shut again for no bloody reason.
All right.
Thank you.
Well done. Very good. The topic is technology. Okay, where you go?
The young couple next door to me have recently made a sex tape. I mean, obviously, they don't know that yet.
Oops.
The hardest part of making skimmed milk must be throwing the cows across the lake. The guy next to me at work used to watch porn all day. I'm just glad he didn't begin to rub off on me. I think if I was to try revenge porn, I'd just post naked pictures of myself online so everybody would know how low my ex's standards were. When answering the security question, place of birth, apparently vagina is not an acceptable answer.
Got a point.
It's been a tough week. I got myself a memory foam mattress, and now it's trying to blackmail me. I've currently got a stalker, but you probably can't tell in these trousers. A friend of mine was killed by the big sea. He was walking past Curry's and a sign fell on his head. I was watching TV and the announcer said there's a documentary about the clitoris on the red button, but I couldn't find it.
Very good. Point there for a Gary Delaney. And the topic is relationships.
The other day, a woman described me as a bit of a looker. Well, voyeur was the actual... I used to go out with a parachutist with IBS, but she shat on me from a great height.
That's
One
just
time I
wrong.
nearly had a threesome with my girlfriend and my best friend, and the only thing that stopped it happening was they didn't invite me. My girlfriend said she wanted to try some new condoms with something special inside to boost her pleasure. I said, oh, what's that? She said, other men. Our fourth child was called Ivy, and that's because we ran out of names and started using Roman numerals. My last girlfriend was always trying to put me down, which is just one of the hazards of going out with a vet. I tried reading a book on premature ejaculation, but I couldn't get past the opening passage. This Christmas, I'm taking the whole family to Lapland, which is great, because normally those clubs don't let kids in. I always worry when a woman sees me naked for the first time that she's just going to scream and run out of the park. My girlfriend and I love watching box sets.
Yeah.
We got 3 episodes into Orange is the New Black before finding out it wasn't about what would happen if Trump replaced Obama.
Oh. And he did.
The topic is health.
Oops.
Gary.
The area in a Nando's between the front and back door is called the peri-perineum. I like to judge my weight by my BMI. As long as I weigh less than a small plane, I think it's fine. When writing a story about losing your virginity, it's important to always put it in the first person. When people die and head towards the light, what they don't realise is they've already been reincarnated as a moth. I can count the number of chainsaw accidents I've had on the fingers of one hand. I tell you what always catches my eye, short people with umbrellas. So the other day, I was doing the hoovering in my pants, and I thought to myself, how do my bollocks get this dusty? I've been attending Gamblers Anonymous for 3 years, whereas my best mate Dave, he only stuck it out for 2.5, so I won that one. I like to think I'm a bit like Superman. For example, the other day I changed in a phone box from a man who really needs a wee to a man who's just had a wee. I pulled a sickie the other day, just one of the perks of working at the hospital.
Oh, that's wrong.
The other day, my girlfriend and I had great makeup sex. Well, I say that, she was out and I stuck her lipstick up my arse. Because I'm worth it.
And the topic is animals.
I don't like to eat anything labelled reformed ham, as I think it's unfair that the pigs are slaughtered after they've got their lives back on track. Last night I had to get towed home because Ratty and Moley were too pissed. Whenever I see ginger people going grey, I'm always reminded of the sad plight of our native squirrels. I went round Grandad's to walk his dog. As I was leaving the house, he said, "Don't forget poo bags." I was like, "All right, Gran." My girlfriend's a cat person. She's got fishy breath, shits in a tray and disappears for days at a time. I tried swimming with dolphins once, but I didn't like it as I found them very clicky. Dolphins who die without any money are given a pauper's funeral.
Ouch.
The other day I was chewing on some monkey nuts, and now I'm banned from the zoo. Doctor, I'm addicted to screwing dogs. Have you tried patches? What's he, a poodle? I went to the zoo to watch the monkeys wanking. Then I went to watch the crocodiles, and I was still wanking.
Hello, and thank you for watching. If you like that sort of stuff, you can subscribe. There's more videos on my channel, including some stuff that's never been on the telly. Also, I've got a big tour coming up, garydelaney.com for dates and for alerts for when it comes to your area. I've got a book out called Fundamentalist. If you like that sort of thing, there's 1,000 jokes in that, none of which are going to be in the forthcoming tour. And also, there's a free download of my first tour and later my second tour, like a 50-minute download with no ads. That's available to people who are on my mailing list, which you can join at garydelaney.com. Right, that's it. Ta-ra a bit.
All right, let's stop that right there. There's all his socials right there on the screen. Make sure you go follow this guy. This guy is hilarious. Anyway, this was great. I really enjoyed watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me. This is a lot of these I heard on that 90-minute special. His he just called it his second special, I believe. But a lot of them I heard on that, but there's quite a few of them I didn't. This is great. Let me know what else to look for in the comments, and if you're still here, I'd like to remind you to hit that like and subscribe before you leave. It helps the channel grow. It helps get the channel out to more people. It helps with the algorithm too, apparently. But let me know in the comments what's next, and I will get to it as soon as possible. It's off to the next one. I really hope you guys had enjoyed watching this with me, and I hope to see you there. Love you guys. Peace.